How's it going, folks? Mark from Like-Minded Lunatics coming at you with a music matchup. Welcome to the Like-Minded Lunatics channel. If you are a subscriber, welcome back. Glad to see you here again. If you are not a subscriber, I would encourage you to subscribe to the channel. We've got a lot of different playlists on the channel. We've got a lot of different types of content. I do music matchups and I do Friday night reaction videos. My writing partner Todd Wright has a drink, play, swear playlist where he drinks, tells you a story, and tries to play a video game at the same time. And then we also have a lot of original content. We are storytellers in the Austin and San Antonio area, and we've been throwing our content up online. We used to do live shows, can't do live shows because of COVID, so now we're throwing our stuff up online. So we do original stories, and we partner with musicians, and right now we're releasing our series, The Adventures of Hero Man. So if you would, check out some of that other content. You can click on those playlists, hit the subscribe button so you get an update when we post new stuff. All right, now this is one that was kind of a request for us, and it was one that I was excited to do. Today I'm going to match up two covers of the Black Sabbath song Paranoid. I'm going to look at Megadeth's cover of Paranoid and Avenged Sevenfold's cover of Paranoid. Now, Paranoid came out in 1970. Came out in 1970 on the eponymously titled album, Paranoid. Now, this song, oddly enough, is one of their most famous songs, one of Black Sabbath's major songs. It wasn't meant to be. And in fact, in a lot of interviews, Ozzy, Tony Iommi, Geezer Butler, they've all talked about how this song was a last-minute addition to the album. They had 4 minutes to fill on this album, and in the studio itself, they decided to go ahead and write something and throw it on the album. And it was so damn good, they ended up naming the entire album around it. The album was supposed to be called War Pigs. Wasn't, called Paranoid. Now, the lyrics were written by Geezer Butler. It's impossible for me to say that name without thinking about it in a Cockney accent. Geezer. Oh, Geezer wrote this song, didn't he? It's terrible. I'm sorry. I apologize for that. But Geezer wrote the lyrics to the song. Tony Iommi and Geezer collaborated on the riff, and then Ozzy sang the lyrics. I think what we should do before we dive into either one of these covers, though, is just remind ourselves what this song sounded like when Black Sabbath did it. So let's just take a listen to that real quick. It's cueing. There we go. So one of the things I really like about this song is it still feels like a transitionary period to me from the 70s metal, 70s rock and roll into that 80s rock and roll. And there's a real clear difference, I think, in sound. I'm not sure if it was because of the way they were recording or what, or their instrumentation, but to me there's still that lingering aspect of the late 60s and 70s in this song, which makes sense. I mean, it was written in 1970. But you can also hear the beginnings of what we would begin to call heavy metal. And I really like that. And Ozzy's lyrics are great. Obviously, Tony Iommi and Geezer Butler, they all sound fantastic in this song. All right, we'll stop there. That way you have an idea of what Oz sounded like back then. You have an idea of what the riff sounded like back then. Now I'm going to read these lyrics to you from the first stanza. That way we're all on the same page. Finished with my woman because she couldn't help me with my mind. People think I'm insane because I'm frowning all the time. All day long I think of nothing seems to satisfy. Think I'll lose my mind if I don't find something to pacify. Now, I love the lyrics to this song, and I love how ambiguous it is as to what this person is experiencing. Now let's see how Megadeth translates or covers this song. All right, right out of the gate, they're speeding it up, and you can definitely hear that 80s thrash metal. You can hear that 80s speed metal vibe from it. I don't feel that same kind of echoey late 60s, 1970s vibe as obviously was in Black Sabbath's original. Let's keep going. Now, one of the things I've always loved about Dave Mustaine's voice is how distinctive it is. One of the things that really disappoints me about a lot of modern rock is that it's really hard to, for me, maybe because I didn't grow up with it, it's hard for me to tell the difference between some of the singers. I feel like we don't have unique, distinctive voices, but Mustaine's voice is so distinct and so unique. And it always seems like he's like, "Grrr," doesn't it to you? He's always like, "Ah," fighting something within himself. To me, just hearing his voice, it sounds more psychotic, for lack of a better term. When Oz is singing it, it almost seems like a hippie song kind of gone wrong. I don't know if that makes any sense to you, but it sounds like a hippie type song, but I'm so depressed. It didn't work out summer of '69, and God, I'm depressed. That's what it sounds like to me when Black Sabbath does it. This sounds like, I'm going to hurt people. Let's keep going. And God, that guitar riff, the way that they have sped it up, it almost sounds like another percussive instrument rather than a stringed instrument to me. Now, the way Dave sings this, I feel like he's already lost his mind. I feel like this is the ramblings of a crazy person. All right, let's take it over here to Avenged Sevenfold. I didn't give you the date on this one. I'm sorry about that. So the Megadeth version came out in '95 on Megadeth's album Hidden Treasures. This also appears on the Nativity in Black album, which is an album full of covers of Black Sabbath, and it's awesome. It's awesome. If you have a record player, if you're doing vinyl, get that record. It's got some amazing covers on it. All right, let's go to Avenged Sevenfold. Now, we're going to have a big shift in genre here, folks. We're going from Megadeth, who's kind of thrash metal, speed metal, like that 80s speed metal stuff, over to Avenged Sevenfold, which this came out in 2013 on the Best of Avenged Sevenfold album, and they're usually categorized as metalcore, not this thrash metal stuff. So let's see how they interpreted this song. All right, I feel like we're slowed down now. The tempo is slowed way back down. I don't think it's quite as slow. The tempo isn't as slow as the Black Sabbath original version, but we have slowed way down. The guitars, to me, sound more like stringed instruments rather than percussion, and it definitely is a much more mellow tempo. Now, I think one of the things that I like about this one is the lyrics. To me, the way that the lead singer's singing them sounds a little closer to the way Oz was doing it. In the way that Ozzy was doing it, it sounded, like I said, about someone kind of maybe struggling with depression, and that's the feeling I get here. I'm also hearing, I don't know about you, but I'm hearing a lot of reverb on this, the same way I was in Paranoid or Black Sabbath's version. I didn't hear a lot of the reverb with Megadeth, just some of Dave Mustaine, and just that. But I can definitely hear the effects on this one. Ooh. Good bit of melody in that scream, wasn't there? I mean, he's doing the kind of the classic rock and roll yell, yeah, but there's a good bit of melody there. Let's see what Mustaine does with that. Can you help me? Oh, what is that? Dave's mumbling now. Jesus. I gotta say, I love that. I would have to ask Ricky about it. Ricky is our resident musician here. He teaches music at Texas State. I'd have to ask him about if there's a name for that. But I like the way that the music stops and the drums kick in right after it. Let's see if we can hear that again. I can catch it for you. That. Dun, 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 dun. I love that staccato transition there. And all versions of it have it. All versions of the song. Oh, here comes their guitar solo. Let's save that. So that next verse, I didn't read it to you. I need someone to show me the things in life that I cannot find. I can't see things that make true happiness. I must be blind. All right. Excuse my singing. It's awful. That's the reason I react to the music instead of create it. All right, let's go back over here to Avenged. Now, the other thing that I'm noticing, and again, this is something I would actually have to ask somebody who's versed in music theory and stuff, but one of the other things that's occurring to me here is that, I don't know how to explain it, I don't know if I have the vocabulary for it, but it sounds to me like the instrumentation, like the guitar is stopping right at a certain point, right? Almost like there's a break being put on it. If you've ever strummed a guitar, you get those lingering notes. There's no lingering there. It's like, drink, stop. I don't know how to explain that. Ugh, I wish I was better educated. All right, we're about to get both guitar solos, so we need to strap in for that. Both Avenged Sevenfold and Megadeth. Oh, fantastic guitar players. So let's strap in for that. One of the things I would say before we hit that solo is the words to me indicate someone who is dealing with depression but is aware of it. It doesn't seem like psychosis to me, where there's a weird mental problem that the person can't control or can't identify. I'll give you an example. In Megadeth's Sweating Bullets, that's a crazy song. If you've ever heard that song, it starts off, "Hello me, meet the real me, and my misfit way of life." And the character in it talks back and forth with himself as if, and in fact the character accredits to dementia, that there's real issues going on in that character's mind. And maybe like a psychosis, where the person isn't able to recognize the mental problems that are happening. Whereas here, the lyrics to this song don't indicate that to me. It's almost like somebody dealing, like I said, with depression or grief maybe, or something like that. The person laments the fact that he can't feel things the way that he wants to. I think that's important. And I feel like Dave is singing it like he's singing Sweating Bullets. "Hello me, meet the real me." Whereas I don't get that feeling from Avenged. Not that one's better than the other. I mean, it's just a choice I think the singer made. I gotta say, folks, I've always been a huge Megadeth fan. Love Megadeth, and despite Mustaine and his crazy ideas about the world, I love Mustaine. He is an interesting guy with a very unique voice. Saw these guys in the early '90s in a club in Dallas, in Deep Ellum, and it was like 2 weeks after I had had complete reconstructive jaw surgery, had my TMJs removed and appliances put in. Head's all swollen, jacked up on pain meds, and I had these tickets. I'm going to see the show. I don't give a shit how much pain I'm in. I'm going to see Dave Mustaine, and I'm sitting in there, and the sound. It was a small club. The sound I felt like it was going to reopen the wounds on the side of my head. I felt like I was going to just start like the dude in Scanners where his head blows apart. I could feel the music in the incisions in the side of my head. And those appliances felt like they were rattling in my jaw. It was awesome. All right, let's go to Avenged Sevenfold. Let's hear their solo. Real difference there, isn't it? I just love how genres vary within rock and roll. So this one sounds more orchestral to me. Again, music dum-dum, no vocabulary for this, but it sounds orchestral to me. And this, speed medley guitar, right? I mean, this is like being at a party. Maybe my parties were probably very different than your parties. But being at a party and it's 1:30 in the morning and your friend who plays the guitar suddenly wakes up and is just like on the porch just screaming the guitar for no apparent reason. That's what this feels like to me. This feels like I got a playbill. I came in, there were ushers. They set me down, and now I'm going to hear this orchestral performance. To me, that's the difference. I've always thought that was the saddest couplets in this whole thing, or saddest two lines. Make a joke and I will sigh, you will laugh and I will cry. See, that's why I think it's about depression. There's people argue about this. What is this song about? And again, they threw this song together at the very last minute. Geezer got him a pint, sat down, knocked it out, mate. Again, I apologize. Again, it feels like depression to me. Those of us who have had to deal with that in some form, whether it's because of grief or whatever, someone makes a joke, you don't really know how to respond because your emotions are all jacked up. And when they laugh, it makes you feel sad. That's a messed up feeling. That's a messed up feeling. Again, this last stanza is so sad to me, folks. It's so sad to me. And so, as you hear these words, telling you now of my state, I tell you to enjoy life. I wish I could. It's too late. That's sad. And again, it doesn't feel like psychosis to me, where the person isn't able to empathize. The person has felt love. The person knows what love used to feel like. The person has felt laughter and knows what it used to feel like. Now can't feel it. That's messed up. All right, let's go and see how Mustaine wraps it up. He growls stuff, doesn't he? Happiness! I feel like you have to jut your lower jaw out to make those, hello me, to make those sounds like Dave does. Oh boy, he just drug that out. So unreal! I do like that. He repeats that much too late again. I don't think Avenged did that. It's too late! there it is. Let me see. Do we need to finish up with Avenged? Wow. Well, that's it, folks. I don't know on this one. I don't know where I'm at. This is such a good song. Just two amazing bands. I don't know where I'm at. I feel like, though, here's my final thoughts, I guess, or what I'm feeling right now. I feel like that the Megadeth version is a Megadeth song now. It's a Dave Mustaine song. Like I said, because of Dave's unique voice and the way that he sings lyrics, it seems more psychotic to me. It seems more Sweating Bullets to me. It seems more Peace Sells to me than it does a Sabbath song. I think the Avenged Sevenfold version, obviously they added their kind of metalcore stamp on it. It's obviously a lot more electronic, which makes sense. 2013 versus 1970. It sounds digital, but it does seem a little bit more. It does seem a little more faithful to how the lyrics were sung by Oz. So I guess my final thought is, if you're gonna want to, if you're in a Megadeth mood, if you're in a kind of mood, obviously go with Megadeth. But the Avenged Sevenfold one is awesome as well. So I don't know. I feel like, Jesus, I don't know where I'm at. I don't have to come to a decision. They're both great. We're just gonna do that. They're both great. I love both of them. You can tell me in the comments, though, what you think. Tell me in the comments what you think. And I love seeing your feedback. So please hit that comment button. And please make sure you hit the thumbs up. I don't know if you know this or not, but YouTube's algorithm is kind of weird. Hitting the thumbs up and thumbs down isn't just a message to the content creators. It's a message to YouTube's algorithm. Basically, you're telling the algorithm, if you hit a thumbs down, no one should see this, because YouTube stops recommending it to other folks. So if you don't like it, there's other channels out there, man. Go look at those other channels. If you did like it, please hit the thumbs up. That way other people will get a chance to take a look at it. YouTube will recommend it. Also, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. And again, leave us some feedback. I love interacting with YouTubers, but I will say this. Keep it nice. Keep it nice. This is not a democracy. This is not a every voice is equal. We want to keep it positive. By all means, gentle ribbing is fine. You want to rip me on my singing? That's fair. You want to make fun of the way that I make accents? I'm with you on that. I'm terrible. But if we start being mean to other people, I'm just going to ditch it. Like Todd says, we're just going to throw them in the trash. Keep it nice. Keep it positive. All right, folks. Hope this was fun for you. Again, this week we've got some more content that's coming out. We've got Todd's Drink, Play, Swear on Wednesdays. We're releasing The Adventures of Hero Man on Thursdays, and I'll have a Friday night video reaction up for you. Those are a little different than this. These are usually a little more calm. They happen on a Monday morning. The Friday night reaction videos, however, at the end of the week, I've been drinking, so they take some weird turns. So stick around. Let us know if you like the stuff you like, and we'll see you soon, YouTube.